Hi everybody, it's Julie and welcome to Friday. It's Friday, yay, Friday. And that means it's our mini challenge in the challenge. And this is an extension of our monthly challenge, which this month is the Make a Kit, Make a Journal, Junk Journal Challenge. So what we're doing there is we are making a kit out of our stash or by shopping that we would be able to then take with us somewhere and have everything that we need and be able to make a beautiful journal. So today is mini challenge in the challenge, and what that is, it's a part of the challenge, but it's separate. So you do not have to have these elements in your journal for it to count towards the finished journal, but it gives you a chance to use some other items, as well as if you aren't able to do the big challenge, you might be able to do the little challenges throughout. Now, you can make this for your May challenge or for any other project that you're working on. So if I was a little further ahead on my May challenge, I would probably have gone ahead and made this for the graduation journal that I'll be making next. So let's go ahead, and what are we going to be doing? Well, we are going to be using a napkin, and then we're going to use the napkin in the mini challenge, and then you can take what's left of the napkin and put it in your kit, okay? And then we are going to use 3 tickets, all the same. So 3 of the same tickets and 3 of the same round object. Your object can be any round object. I'm going to use these little bingo markers. You could use 3 round punches. You could use 3 round like scallop punches. So if you punched out 3 items with your scallop punch, you could use those. But you need 3 round items. 3 guess checks. Okay, so I had 3 different packages of guest checks over here, so I took 1 from each. 3 guest checks, and you can use you are to use a dictionary or definitions. So if you have rubber stamps with definitions on them, you can use those. But I'm suggesting that you use a dictionary. It can be any size. I haven't decided for sure at this very moment whether I'm going to use my little one or this one. So probably this one. I think I need the bigger. Okay, and then a piece of lace. Okay, and it can be any kind of lace, any piece of lace. And we are only using this for this project. This doesn't go into your kit. Now, along with this, you can use any items that you have in your kit, any tools that you have in your kit. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. And so what I'm going to do for mine is I know I want to put the napkin on the guest checks. Okay, so, and I know that first of all, whenever I'm going to be using a napkin, I have to get the ply off of it. So I'm going to see if we can just pull it off, and it looks like we can. I've had this napkin for a long time. It was a Dollar Tree napkin. Doesn't look like it's got any extra good colors or anything on the other side. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and let's see. I want some of the pink rose, obviously. I want this butterfly, the music. So I'm going to go ahead and have this go under here, and I'm going to have the whole guest check go on here. I'm going to be using the bottom of my Mono Tombow liquid glue. Oh, first thing that I always do with my guest checks, I usually do, is take off the bottom. I like to use that usually for something else. So I'm going to go ahead and just put glue down, okay, just like I would Mod Podge. I'm going to try and have it be a really thin layer. I don't know if you can see this, but the Monotombo liquid glue actually gives you a layered, or it looks like vegetable rose. It's textured. The glue is textured to be able to catch. Okay, now I want to make sure that I'm going to be at least over, whoa, don't want, okay, okay, I'm on top of it. There we go. Okay. Now you can, if you have Mod Podge as your glue, one of your glues, then I didn't bring any with me to the lake. And I like the fact that this glue does whatever I want it to do. As long as I have time for it to dry, I can do pretty much anything with this one glue. Okay. Now there are things about it. It does lift, it does crinkle things, but most of the glues. Okay, so there's that. So I have one ready. Then I'm going to take the bottom off my second one. And this time, I'm going to cover it. I'm going to cover it with this one, okay? So I'm going to do the same thing again. I mean, you've seen me tear the napkins and use them that way, usually. And so this time we're going to do something different. I'm literally turning these guest checks into tags. And beautiful, with beautiful color that matches my journal. Okay, so here we go. I want that the second one that doesn't have a butterfly. Okay. Second one that doesn't have a butterfly, I want this color from down here, because very much matches my journal really well. Okay, I'm also pressing it down, and I may have some wrinkles, and I'm actually okay with that, because I think wrinkles are character. Okay, so let's go ahead and trim this. And we'll set it aside. And let it dry. Okay, and then I have another one. And I think I might as well just go ahead and cut this all the way across. Now remember, you can use the rest of your napkin and all the little scrap pieces of your napkin in the rest of your journal, okay? So we don't want to have things left over, I don't think. Okay, so I'm looking at this one, and I'm thinking, instead of going straight on this one, I'm going to go across this one to get more of the pink rose. And, you know, just so that you can see that you don't have to go with the obvious. And I love that you can see the guest check through the napkin. Okay, so this challenge is to make 3 tags out of guest checks using the items that that I told you that we had to use. So your napkin, your 3 guest checks, your 3 round items that are all alike. You know, they don't have, like, they're exactly alike, but they don't have to be, like, mine are not the same number. They're all 3 bingo tokens, but they're not the same number. Okay, so we had it like this. So I want to make sure that my butterfly is on there, and I want this rose, as much of this rose as I can get. Okay, so you see we're at an angle. Oh, we've got some good wrinkle, good wrinkling going on there. Okay, some good wrinkling. We can go ahead and, since this paper was already trimmed, I can go ahead and trim. I'll come back and get that. Okay, so 3 guest check tags. Okay, and then, so your round, your ticket, your lace, and your dictionary. And then items, you can use items from your kit to finish it out. You do not have to do you don't have to cover your guest check with the napkin. The napkin just has to be somewhere on your guest check. Okay, so there we go. So we had a couple people say that they would like to see some guest checks. And so here you go. Here's your guest checks, and here's a couple tickets. Okay, so there's that. Oh, good. This one's almost dry. So this is real time. I'm trimming this up. The backs of all 3 of these have lines on them, which is nice for journaling. Nice that they're already there. So you see we have 3 very similar, but just a little bit different. Oh, we don't want to throw that away. When we get down to where we're needing things that don't take up much, that aren't bulky, we'll be really glad we have those pieces of napkin. Maybe. Okay, so we have this one, we have this one, and we have this one. Okay, you see there are various, like that. Those 2 are basically the same one, just the angle is different. Okay, now I want to start with this one here, and I have from my kit, I have the journal card or journal paper, and then I have this from the digital that I've chosen. I'm going to go ahead and just put some glue on this. Since this side was already open, I'll just use it. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and layer this on top. Okay, this is the cardstock one. Okay, remember that we have some of the digital is printed on copy paper and some printed on cardstock. The digital is the digitals that I gave the Patreons for the Dear Julie Jules. I gave them these digitals in April, and then all those that joined in May, they also have access to the ones that go with their tier. So there, so we've raised that up, and then I'm going to go ahead and put this on top of my guest check here. Okay, so I'm going to layer it on top. I'm going to decide, I think I want the music to show. Okay. And of course, I'm going to turn this into a pocket because I love pockets and I cannot lie. Now, I'm using, the other thing about using the Mono Tombow liquid glue is I can use it for all these applications. And, you know, some glues fight with each other and they will make it so that things will not stay down. But if you're using the same glue, I don't have that problem when I just use the same glue. Okay, so there's that. It has made this relatively sturdy. It's nice, actually feels really nice. Okay, so now we need some lace. And I'm thinking I want to cover the guest check. And I'm going to let that little tabby part of the lace go off the top. Now, yes, you can use your Tombow glue for lace. It takes it a long time to dry. I'm not going to put the fabric tag over this because they don't seem to like each other, the fabric tack and the... Okay. Okay, so that gives me that. Now I have a ticket. And my round piece. And my dictionary, and I'm gonna look up butterfly. This is, I probably have the word butterfly in here, maybe not. Yeah, it's missing. Why am I not surprised? There's book. I'm gonna do book. So, and I'm gonna rip it, of course. So we'll just rip this off. There we go. Okay, so that can just go on here. I'm going to go ahead and put some glue on the back of the ticket and put it down. Put glue on the back of the dictionary piece. Okay, and then you can use your dictionary in your journal. Okay, so you can go ahead and take your dictionary and put it in your journal. Okay, and then the other thing I've been using in this is the bling. That is part of my kit, actually. Okay, so I have my first card, and then there's a place here that I can add a something in this pocket if I wanted to. And oh my gosh, that like fits perfectly. So why not? So with that, I think it's gonna need a little tab here. Okay, so I'm gonna fold this over. And I'll put some glue down. just makes it easier to grab it. Put glue on the two sides of the what looks like photo frame. Okay, so we're gonna let that dry, but that will be able to go right in there, and we'll have a complete little ensemble here. Now the other thing is if the lines on the back bother you, and of course many of you know that they probably bother me. I have this scrap, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that on there because the numbers are upside down. That's why. Doesn't bother you? Don't worry about it. If it bothers you, just cover it with a scrap. Okay, so there we go. And I'm going to go ahead and put this down as like a top tuck. And that will cover that area. Okay. And you can put a little dilly in. Okay, so that is our first one. On to our second one. And these are dry now. Yay. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and go with this one. We have one of the pink guest checks here. And I do like the idea of a backing on this. Okay, so but then we cover up this. We have lines on the back, which is awesome. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and fold this over. Okay, so go ahead and tell this paper who's boss, because I'm the boss. Right? Right. Okay, so if we go like that, I don't want to cover up that butterfly, and we have the same thing going on both sides. So I'm thinking here. Okay, well, you could turn it the other way because I really like the flowers. So okay, so if this were to have this, and then it could open up, you'd have your journaling space here. Okay, I like that. I like that. We're committing to this, kind of like just covering the numbers. I have a thing about upside down numbers and sideways words and stuff. It's just me. I know other people have it too. I know it's not the majority of the world. Okay, so there I've added that, and I've added it to the flap. Okay, so if I, okay, so we are going to go ahead and cut that piece off. Remember, we are using our kit. So there we go. Okay, so I have that just for to be a little different. I might use that. Okay, so there's that. So we need to add all of our things, and let's see if there's something on here that we could use. There's botany, bracket, brain, brass, brawl, bouquet. I like that. What if we go with bouquet? That way I'm going to try and just use this one page. You are welcome to go all over your dictionary and pick out the pages that you want to use. And just so you know, there are definitions in the kit. That's my summer kit. My 7 days of summer kit has definitions in that. So that will be coming out very, very soon. Our collaboration, Dear Julie and Kara Brandon Creations, will be coming out very, very soon. Okay, so there I've added my definition. So what I'm thinking is maybe a paper clip to hold this, and we can do a ticket paper clip. And let's see, is that thick enough? It's pretty close. Let's go with that. So I have a paper clip. Do I have a paper clip in here that I can use? Okay, it's from my binding kit. And there we go. Okay, so I want my numbers upright. I'm going to go ahead, and I kind of like that there's that on the back. I'm going to put the large side of my paper clip down the back, and then I'm going to put the small side here, and then I'm going to take my fabric tack. I don't know if you guys saw, but I added this little decoration pot. I have my pins up here are in one. Now my brushes are in one up there, and the brushes for my distressing brushes, and my scissors, the little scissors, like my specialty scissors, are also in one. They were decorations from a party from when I became a Mary Kay sales director many years ago. And now they are part of my organization. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, put that on there. I like to use fabric tack because it dries quickly and strong. And I used to use a glue gun, and until I burnt my finger really bad. Because the metal gets hot. So yeah, you can use a glue gun, but it hurts. Okay, so I'm thinking we'll go ahead and add that like that. And then we have our little round and our lace that we need to use. Round and lace. Okay, I'm going to put that right on that there. Okay, now I do have branding strips that I'm trying to use up, and I'm thinking, look at, there's like the perfect spot right in the middle of this ticket to add that. Like, wow, it's like perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and add that. I'm going to put it with the rows down. Okay, now, okay, I want to fix this. So we'll be, I'm going to add just a little bit of glue here. That edge was flipping up. Okay, and do I want to add it at the bottom? Or do I want to add it on the guest check? I think we'll add it on the guest check. And remember, I do have a stapler is one of my items. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and staple twice, because to me that looks like it's decoration instead of just sticking it on there. Okay, and okay, so we have our ticket, our lace, our round piece, our napkin, our guest check, and then this is going to go ahead and hold this closed. Now the one other thing I have is I have the piece from the guest check, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a border or a branding strip, and I'm going to make a little belly band here on the inside. Okay, and that way we'll have used up all the little, ooh, wow, all the little pieces. We'll let that dry a little bit, and then we'll, okay, so this was the bottom of the guest check. Okay, getting the glue off. Another feature about this glue that I like is that it does come off like that. Okay, so there's that. It could go on the back side, but I'm going to put it on the inside, and go ahead and rip it. I like to rip my pages. Okay, so just adding a belly band in here. Okay. And this paper clip, when it comes in, it's going to be able to help hold all of that stuff. Okay. I do want to add something to the edge there, and I do have some of the fabric that we've been using. This is from a shirt that I was like, okay, yeah, it can go. Speaking of shirt, I have announced that June we will be, your hint is it will be, I said save your junk. That was the hint. Save your junk. So that means just junk journal challenge in June. Okay, and then I'm taking and I'm doing that. And I'm going to cut these in half. Then I'm going to go ahead, and Lucy was up here helping me right before the video. Okay, I'm just going to leave those on there like that. Okay, and that will be able to help close this. Okay, so we have our guest check, our napkin, lace, our round, and our ticket, and our dictionary piece. I think the one other thing that I do want to add, since we are using it, is some bling, the dot dot dot, and then some. Okay. And like, where do I want to put it? I kind of want to put it up here. Okay. And then I don't know, I think I'm going to go ahead and, do we have a smaller butterfly? Well, we have this one. Okay, it is a little bit smaller. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and stamp it in here. So I am making these a little more decorated because I think that it's kind of fun to have things when you open them up, have some special things. This is my stamp set that I chose from Dollar Tree, actually. Okay, we do have a blue. This one is called Weathered Wood. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a new cosmetic sponge. This is one of my 14 items that I chose so that I would be able to do stuff like this. And let's see. Okay, and we're just adding a little color to our butterfly. And I was thinking, because this one has a little bit of color, it also has some yellow. Let's see if we have. Okay, so there's our little butterfly. We'll put our inks back up. It's kind of nice having the kit, not constantly looking for other things to use. Okay, yeah, just have that little spot right there. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and have this. So like it's washi, you'd have to glue down washi anyway, right? So we're going to go ahead and put this piece down right there. That'll cover up that. And then do we have, aha, I have this one. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and rip this one and have it be a little bit smaller, just like I would if it was washi. I'm gonna add some glue to it. Okay, and this is something that we can do to pages. It doesn't add a lot of bulk, but there you go. And so we have this, we have a place to add something there, and I think this is going to be really, really fun. Okay, so there's my next guest check ensemble. My guest check ensemble here. Okay, so that's 2. And important news, April VIP, Wednesday, 5/19, 5/21. So that's this coming Wednesday at 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. If you finished your April journal, watch for your invitation to the VIP this weekend. Next, we have our summer collab with Kara. The dates for the videos will be 5/27 through 6/2. If you are interested in being an elf, both of us have made posts in our Facebook groups, and you can inquire there. We are planning to just take 10 elves, so you'll want to get your information into those posts right away. Make sure that you give a link to your YouTube channel or your Instagram, where it is that you post most of the time. The cool thing about this collab is everybody is invited to participate. The kits will go on sale next week. June challenge to Patreons on 5/27. What that means is if you're a diamond or emerald Dear Julie Patreon, you are going to get the full challenge details for the June challenge, and you get those on 5/27. The June challenge begins on 6/1, and everybody else gets the information on 6/1. So that is the news. And now we are on to our green guest check. And so let's see. Okay. And I'm looking at what I've got here. Okay, so this is one of the pages from the Patreons. And, oh, you know what? I just found something that I can put in that belly band. Okay. There. And that way it's done. Okay. And that was from one of the Patreon gifts. Okay, they got that tag. I think it was the Emeralds got that as one of their Easter gifts. Okay. There we go. Maybe that's... Okay, so I thought we could go ahead and build on this. I really like these postcards. I'm sorry they weren't, this one wasn't already cut out. I found it last minute. This page was in with other stuff. Okay, and I am saving my little scraps up here. Ooh, there's my little round. We don't want to lose that. Okay. Okay, so there's a postcard. This is a little mini flinch card, and I do have the flinch card digital that goes up to the numbers. It's number 1 through 31, and then you can decorate them however you want to, which I think is fun. Let's see. Let's do the blue. So we can go ahead and distress because we have the capability with this cosmetic sponge and the ink. Okay, didn't do it very dark, which is fine. Okay, now we can put it on here as a pocket, or it could be a clipboard. Okay, I like the idea of a clipboard. Okay, so we need to add our lace. And I'm kind of going for this over here, I think. Remember, this is the piece of lace that you get to use just during this mini challenge. Okay, so that would give me a piece of lace over here on the edge. Okay, kind of like the idea of that coming out at the top. Can add some bling there. Our other things are our ticket. Now, cool thing about the ticket is you can split your ticket in pieces. Okay, it's kind of like this. I like this. Okay. Okay, to start with, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add glue here. Glue that down. And I'm going to glue this down. Okay. So I've glued these to this piece. We also have this piece. I'm going to glue this piece to this edge. Remember, I like to use up all my scraps, so and I want the rose side to the front. Okay. Getting the glue that came over the edge, lifting it off. Okay. So we've got our ticket. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and use my stapler to put this down. Remember, this stapler was one of my my tools, so that I chose. And I'm actually using, it's my tiny attacher is what I chose. Okay, so we're going to want something to go under there. And I kind of like the idea of this right here. Okay, so you just you have to use these items, your guest check, your lace, your ticket, okay, and then we still need to use, we need something from the box, blur, bonus, bounty. Bonus. I kind of like bonus. Let's see. Box by Bluebird. How about blue? Just the word blue. You have a blue butterfly. We can put that there, or we can take it over to this side where we have blue stuff. Maybe add another butterfly, blue butterfly over here. But yes, you can use your whole dictionary, get pieces out of your dictionary. That's blue. Let's go ahead and be funny. We've had all these blue pieces. There we go. And now we don't have one because we want one. Isn't that how it works? There we go. Okay, and we need our little round thing. Oh, I think our little round thing needs to go over here. And I'm going to go ahead and put it on with, pull this out so that we don't accidentally put that in or staple it in. But we're going to go ahead and use 2 staples again to put that on there. Put this down here. Okay, we do have another ticket piece. Go up under there. Okay, so we're just making a little bit of a collage back here. Okay. Okay, so it becomes like a clipboard. This just fits right in there. And I think we'll go ahead and round these edges. I would use my corner rounder if it was part of my kit, but I didn't bring it with me to the fake lake. Okay, so we have our lace, our round, our ticket, our napkin, our guest check, and our definition. Okay, so that gives me 3 of these. I'm going to call them ensembles. And so what you are to do is to make something using your guest check, your napkin, your ticket, your round, your lace, and make a workable ensemble. Okay, then also I am going to add my other piece of bling. That way there. Okay, remember your round is to be the same item. You know, like I said, my numbers are different, but it's the same item. Your lace is to be the same piece of lace. And then once you're done making these, and you can make up to 5, okay? So you need to make 3, you can make up to 5. If you think you need 2 more of these for your journal, then that lace, it's not part of your kit, so it needs to go away. You can keep your dictionary. I'm going to let you keep your dictionary, and let's see, and your tickets all need to be the same. Okay, so that is my little on my guest check ensemble. So I'm going to show you what we did here. So this was one of the pink guest checks. We added the napkin pieces to all 3 of them. Now the piece after I finished, my napkin does go into what's left of the napkin, all the pieces and the pieces of the napkin that are left, those go into my kit. Yes, I can use those. That goes into my kit. We don't want any stuff left over there. So I used one of the images from the digital kit. I popped it up and layered it on a piece of the rose paper. This was a scrap that we had over here, so I made a pocket, and that just fits in there. Used part of the rose paper to make a tab. Here is my definition. My lace is up here at the top. I used my ticket to be a tab, and the little round is here. There's some bling, and then you turn it over, and I added the bottom from my guest check here, and that becomes a top tuck. And so I have journaling space here. I can add something else in here as well. And so that was my first one. Then my second one, we again had the guest check with the napkin over the top, added the definition, some lace, the little round. I did add some bling. My ticket became a flat paper clip. I went ahead and added this to some of the rose paper so that I could cover up the numbers. I stamped and well, I should have used the stencil that we made, but I stamped and then colored in using the stamp pads and the cosmetic sponge. I made washi tape, sort of, out of the branding strips up here to cover some of the words. Over here we used another branding strip and made a belly band, brought in one of these tags, and that just sits in the belly band. I love that we have that dimension there, and then this is all being held by our paper clip. This is from the shirt, my fabric that is part of the kit that I put together from my stash. And so don't forget, this is part of the May Make a Kit, Make a Journal, Junk Journal Challenge. You have until May 31st. That is the deadline to finish. So there's still plenty of time. We'd love to have you join us, and the details videos in the description box so that you can go ahead and check that out. And remember, the last one here, we have our guest check. We covered it with the napkin. You can see the guest check through there. And then we've made it into a clipboard here with our lace, our ticket, our round piece. Added one of the digitals, and we're holding a digital here. This is from the digital also. And there is our definition and some more washi tape from the branding strip and the other side of the ticket. As I was cleaning up, I had this little piece here, and you know, I don't want to have any pieces left over, so we're going to go ahead and make a little pocket for the back of this. And so I'm just going to add this onto that piece. Okay, so I've added it on. Okay, then I'm going to come over here and kind of get an idea of where to add. I'm just going to add this around the corner, down around the corner, at the edge. Okay, so I'm right on the edge there. And there we go. And that's going to give me a little pocket down here at the bottom of guest check number 3. See if we can go. Okay. Let this dry, and then I'll be able to cut around the edges here. I could have put that back in my stash, but I'm really trying to just use all the pieces, you know, when I can. Okay, those guys can go up there. These can come, and I know you're shocked, but I'm throwing those away. Okay, so there we've added a little pocket to the back there, and then we can go ahead and we'll be able to put something in there, or the recipient can, or the person that purchases it. So now we have a little pocket on the back. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. So that is that. Which one's your favorite? I love this one. I like this one. I love the way this one feels. But I really like the way this one turned out, because it just kind of flowed. It had a mind of its own. I didn't know really what was going to happen with that one. So there we go. All 3. So that is my guest check ensemble mini challenge in the challenge. And I cannot wait to see what you do. Make sure that you post your finished mini challenge in the challenge in the mini challenge in the challenge posts in the May Make a Kit, Make a Journal, Junk Journal Challenge Facebook group. Okay, so, and that you'll find that information in the details video. Okay, so that is what we've got for today. I hope you are enjoying your Friday, or if you're watching this some other day, I hope you are having a wonderful day. I am going to put some other guest check ideas up here, as well as all of the items that I've made so far for the May challenge will be in the playlist. And so if you go watch one of those videos after this one, it really does help my channel. And also, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you really liked it, make sure you subscribe so you know when a new video comes. But just in case, remember that we are here every day at 10:30 Pacific Standard Time with a new video. It's lots of fun because we use the Premiere format, and you are welcome to join us in the live chat. If you're here at the 10:30 premiere, just hit that button right down there and join us in the live chat. So have an amazing day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Bye-bye.